It's Aerox Pod 2, this time with an entire keyboard on it. Good afternoon and welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. If you're new here, I'm Reese of the 4-piece variety of WookiE XXXL. Let's start off with the elephant in the room. I'm late again this week because I was in the sun and I didn't realize it was getting hot, like that hot, and I kind of burnt the absolute snot out of my face. But now that that is over and it's no longer Roy Coy's Valimsa reviews, we can begin with the Aerox 9. It's basically the same as the 5. So the shape, overall design, build quality, etc. is all pretty much the same, albeit the Aerox 5 that I tested was a wired version. This is wireless, and oh boy is it wireless. Battery life as well seems to be the two things that SteelSeries just absolutely kills at the moment. All of their headsets and stuff that I've used, between the battery life and the wireless, they pretty much unchallenged. There's been nothing, absolutely nothing I've used from any brand that competes in those two facets. But this is very specific, the MMO style mouse. I'm very surprised as well they went with these for their review schedule on their products. Was the Aerox 5 wired, but then the Aerox 9 wireless, because MMO mouse, like I say, do fall into a very tight niche. But let's go from bottom to top. So on the bottom, you've got the two PTFE feet, which are extremely ultra glide smooth, and then a central one around the center hole so that doesn't catch on your mouse pad. Very nicely done. Below that though, you'll see a switch, and that switch goes between 2.4 gigahertz off and then a Bluetooth mode as well. So you don't have to have the dongle with you. If your device is Bluetooth enabled, laptop, PC, etc., then you'll be able to use it on there, but only at 125 hertz polling rate. The Bluetooth technology is still catching up with a good old 2.4 gigahertz. The back of the mouse has an LED beam for some diffusing action on over there for the LEDs, which are quite noticeable where they are, but yeah, diffused out the back, looks quite nice. Little SteelSeries logo on the bottom of the PCB at the back here. Don't know if I will be able to catch that on camera, but it looks pretty cool inside of there. DPI switch button on top. Two left and right clicks are with their switches as well, so they do feel a little bit different, but the bounce back is a lot better than it was. The only one so far that I haven't liked from SteelSeries is the Prime Mini that had very mushy, not nice buttons, but these mechanicals that they're going for, optical switches, they're proprietary mouse clicks, they're no longer Omrons. They are quite nice. It does click up quite far on the mouse as well, right to the back. These are unibody style buttons. They're not a part of the main body like they had on things like the Sensei, so they don't click quite as far back. So if you're fingertipping and you are quite far back in the mouse, just be aware of that. Then on the left hand side, we have the main attraction, the literal keyboard. There are 12 programmable buttons just on the side of this mouse. And then one thing I also forgot to mention was this scroll has a tilt function built into it. So it's got a click on the left side and the right hand side and then the scroll itself. So now if you're keeping track, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 12. It's 18 programmable buttons on a mouse. That's significant. That's like 30% of a 60 key keyboard or a 61 key keyboard. If you think about it like that, it's like a third of that. So yeah, there's literally a keyboard on the mouse. And because that is the focus of this product, I'm quickly going to jump over and show you how I was fiddling with it in the software. Okie dokie, artichoke. This is the engine thing. So go to engine, you'll see all the things. I've tested a few SteelSeries products, and yes, I still have a Sensei 10 Connect, but it's not really going to affect anything we're doing over here because all the magic, I've kind of already done it. So I wanted to show you how it all works because it's actually kind of sick. So you've got your macros, right? So I clearly made a few over here. So I can do something pretty cool, or at least I think pretty cool. But you can edit even the delays between each of the key presses. So this was just as I input it into there. But if I, for instance, go to this over here and I hit this timestamp, I can edit it and I can put in a different value. And so I can literally edit any of these delays. I can make them 1 millisecond, for instance, if I wanted to. But then you've obviously got different variants. Let me just save that. So you've got different variants. So for instance, this will just enter the text straight in. So if I just bring up Notepad quickly and I hit number 1, you'll see it types out THE like that with a delay. But the second one, it just instantly appears. And then again, delay, and then instantly appear, and then delay, and then instantly appear, and then delay, and then instantly appear. Okay, it's supposed to. I didn't do that in the correct order, but you get the idea. And then you can obviously put in like an immense amount of key presses. That's an entire keyboard, basically worth of. That's a test to test all 26 characters on a keyboard, or at least the letters. That's the way to do it. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, and I can do that on the side of the mouse. So once again, if I do them in order, you'll notice the ones where I was typing versus the ones that instantly pop up. And you can do this on any button on the mouse. I haven't even used all of them because there's only 9 words that I need. These 3 are still fully programmable. As you can see, this is still fully programmable. I see now that the left and right isn't programmable on the scroll, like for the scroll clicking. But what is that? I mean, it's still 12 plus 3 is 15, so 16 programmable buttons on this mouse. It's kind of nuts. You've got other things to help with your illumination, for instance, your dim time, etc., your sleep timer, obviously your CPI levels and stuff that you would need, angle snapping, illumination, sort of stuff on there as well to make sure that you can get the most battery life out of the mouse. But yeah, with the default settings, as I said, battery life is fantastic. Programming, I mean, to program this is literally as easy as opening up the macro editor like this, and then just you can clear and then just start typing, as an example, straight into it. It's like really, really nicely, easily set up, good detailing, can edit any of these if you want to, like the detail and level and ease of use from this is just absolutely fantastic. So that is all I have for you on the SteelSeries engine. Back to the studio. So as you can see, this is literally macro central, and that's the exact idea with the Aerox 9. The connecting block and stuff is also really nice. I do like the way they're doing this at the moment. They've rubberized the base of the middle piece over here. Then you've got your standard Type-C 2.4 dongle. It isn't the sleekest package ever, so if it's on the side of a laptop or something, it might be perhaps a little bit annoying, but then you can just use the Bluetooth mode, so sort of balances it out there, right? But for its size, the wireless technology is once again some of the best. Most of the time I can get about 2 or 3 meters away from my PC, usually into my kitchen, as it were, on the back end of the studio over here. But that's usually where it cuts off. With this sucker, I walked right outside my door. I started to lose line of sight on where it was connected, and I purposefully connected it as far away as possible, and it was still absolutely perfect. Still no delay, etc. in it. So wireless technology from SteelSeries is pretty much the best out. Then they do give you a nice UltraFlex cable, so you can connect it in there for charging. I'd say you're going to be charging probably about once every 3 to 4 days with the LED on. With it off, that should double, and you should be able to get about a week of consistent, like 10 hours a day usage, which is like really impressive. Even when I did the Model O, I think I got about 18 hours of continuous usage from 100 to 0. So yeah, it's like more than double of that is what you're going to get with the LEDs on and going with this mouse. Sorry for throwing it there, SteelSeries, but I don't want to throw it away. It is very good. MMO mouse is extremely niche, and there is a small problem with reaching the front over there. So I've got a 19 centimeter from center to bottom, and then about 10 across. So it fits nicely in the hand, but you'll see even as I try to sort of reach the front, it's sort of like all the way down there sort of thing. So just be aware of that. The back buttons, though, are absolutely perfect. Like, there's absolutely no complaints there. I do like the way that they've molded them in as well. You can feel all of them and differentiate between them very easily because of how they've molded the edges and stuff. And then there's on the 5, there's a central button, so you know that that one's 5, and you sort of in the center, and then you can move around to the rest. So it is very cleverly thought out, and I think if you are doing a lot of MMO, playing WoW, Guild Wars, etc., then obviously you're going to benefit from that incredible ability to, code your own macros, even with delays and stuff inside of it. And SteelSeries software is genuinely some of the best. So that is all I have for you in this review. And if you have enjoyed it, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you on the flip side.